So in this question, we have a certain number of participants at this gathering. And if I just label them letters A, B, C, D, E, so on and so forth, they're saying there's a total of 28 handshakes. So that means if A and C shake hands with each other, that counts as one handshake. B with E, and so on and so forth. So this is really a combination problem. And what does that mean? That means that here we have to find out how many sets of two people I can select from a group. And the order doesn't matter, which means that if you select A and B, that counts same as B and A, because for handshakes, A shaking hands with B or B shaking hands with A is the same. So this is really a combination problem. The difference is here we're given the total number of sets of two people that we can select from a pool. That is, if that number was n, then this, and some of you might already know it's nc2, which in factorial form is really n factorial over n minus 2 factorial over 2 factorial, which reduces to that. Some of you might also know this formula. But let me kind of go over the basis of that. So if let's say we have n people, then if we were arranging them, then we can choose n for the first spot. So think of putting them in two spots. For the first spot, I can choose any of the n. Now, I've already selected one person, so I have only n minus 1 left. So that's the number of ways I could put them in two boxes, which means A and B. But A and B and B and A would be distinct. So because this is a handshake problem and they count as one, I need to reduce that number or have it divide by 2. And that's kind of what the basis of that formula is. I won't go over more details of the factorial notation here. But this question was really about finding n where this is equal to 28. Now, it's a lot easier to use the answer choices, and some of the students might just go directly there, skipping all of this. So for example, if 7 was, then it would be 7 times 7 minus 1 over 2, which is 7 times 6 over 2, which is 21. So clearly need to go higher. And the answer is indeed 8, because that would be 28. So the answer is D. And another way a lot of students do, and this is kind of intuitive, is if you have 8 people, because I've seen students do it this way, E, F, G. And this is kind of the long way of doing it, but that works too. A would shake hands with B, C, D, E. So that's 7 handshakes. Then you move to B, because B has already shaken hands with A. C, and so you'll see that would be 6. And then you keep moving down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And if you add this up, 13, 18, 22, 25, 27, 28, you get the same answer. So that's kind of the long way of doing it, but because I've seen students do it in practice, nothing wrong with it. But I want to make sure you understand all of these underlying concepts here. So to summarize, the answer is D.